This is Be Seen, Be Heard with Jade. Jade Seabury grew up imagining seeing her name in lights on Broadway one day. So she went to the best performing arts schools in Queens, New York, where she was born and raised. When she decided to expand her horizons and go off to college at the University of Hartford, a new path was set for her. She wanted to get her master's in public relations and come back to be an amazing entertainment publicist. Jade returned to NYC after college and became a partner in a PR firm for 8 years and then started Diverse Tunes. Co-founded with her childhood friend in 2018, this educational foundation became her passion, and the tagline Be Seen, Be Heard was the start of a new web series that tells people of color stories that could empower everyone.
Welcome to Be Seen, Be Heard with Jade. Today we have my friend Pariis Garcia. Everybody welcome Pariis. Yay! Okay, so we met almost 3 years ago through a mutual friend who was interning for me at my PR firm. And I was giving her advice on her venture that they wanted to go into. So the entrepreneurial spirit is definitely in Pariis. And we will get into that a little bit later with her new company. So Pariis, please tell everyone in the audience a little bit about yourself. And don't be humble like you usually are, but, brag.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Pariis Garcia, like Jade said. A little bit about me, I run track and field professionally for Puerto Rico. I started doing that in 2015 and then tried to make the Olympics in 2016. I missed it by like 0.5. So my main goal is to make the Olympics this upcoming year, hopefully if they have it.
Yes.
Outside of that, I do a lot of, as Jade mentioned, entrepreneurial stuff. For me, my main thing has always been like that drove me from like basically when I was in high school on was just helping others. Most of the business ventures I've ever been involved in or that I'm currently involved in now stemmed from me just being like a helper to someone I was close to. Currently, alongside with track and field training every day, I got involved in real estate. My boyfriend, yeah. So that's great. I guess it's a great field. I don't know. Everybody always has a good reaction about real estate. So my boyfriend, he started studying real estate, I believe in like late 2018. And so when me and him, started dating, he was just teaching me a lot about it, and I would help him out whenever he wanted to like do different things, if he needed to find properties, etc. So just through that, I've really grown. I started studying for my real estate license. Just to be like more of a help. And he actually started a real estate company. So I've been like his right hand in that. And we're actually working on our first flip property. In downtown Atlanta. So actually it's in Decatur, Atlanta. I don't know if you know where that is.
Yes, that's where my aunt's from. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
All my family is in Decatur right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. So yeah, he grew up there. We're working on our first flip. We have the closing this upcoming week for it, and it's going to be a really fun project. So I'll be sharing that as well. That's the main like form of income that's coming in right now. Outside of that, I'm the COO of another company called Redefining Our, which was started by one of my best friends, Kaylin Lynch. She's the founder. My undergrad is in psychology. I have a love and passion for psychology and just like helping people with mental health. So that platform we are looking to create a program. Well, we're working on creating a program that should launch hopefully early next year. That is to provide mental health access to Black women and all marginalized people. So that's another big thing I'm working on. That's like my 3 avenues that I'm focusing on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so at St. John's, you were the star athlete, 3 intercollegiate and 3 ECA championships, 9 Big East Conference gold medals, 2 Outstanding Performer awards, and 3 Big East indoor title meets, just to name a few, not gonna brag too much. So, my girl is talented, everyone. Just, I don't just hang around nobody, but So upon my research, your parents were also intercollegiate, athletes that I didn't know about. You don't tell everybody. So is that the main reason why you chose St. John's, because you were like a legacy?
Well, no, that wasn't the main reason for me. I'm the oldest of 4 girls.
Yeah.
So for me, my main thing was just wherever I was able to get full scholarship, full tuition, because I knew my parents would have to pay for my siblings. Yeah. So St. John's was the first school that offered me a full scholarship. After that, I got other full scholarship offers, but because they were the first people to like,
First, yeah, exactly. You was like, let me jump on this.
yeah, I was like,
Exactly. I hear that.
yeah, so I went with them.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So when you originally told me that you were going down south for training, I was like, oh, okay, get it, because I know your ultimate goal is the Olympics.
Yeah.
And so wherever you have to go to like get the best training, get on that next path to get your Olympics, dream, that's where to go. But then I know when they said, okay, this is not going to happen this year because of the pandemic and everything else, I was like, oh my gosh. So when you saw it on the news, or did like your coaches reach out to you first? Like, how did that happen?
I was in my kitchen and I remember, I think I was just on my phone and I have like CNN updates.
Oh, the alert.
Yeah, I had a CNN alert and it said that I got the alert saying it was going to be postponed until the following year. Yeah, for me, it was like crazy. I don't even know. I just remember my heart feeling different.
Yeah.
Like pressure. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So it was just like kind of like shocking and kind of like it was confusing for me. I'm a very like planning person and like
exactly.
So I know what I'm gonna do next, like 3 months, 4 months in advance.
Of course.
Of like working towards my life goals. So for me, it was just like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Because my dream is to make the Olympics, but I do need to prioritize other things that align with my other dreams. So I don't know. I wanted to finish my master's, and like there was a bunch of other stuff that I just had a timeline, and that like kind of like messed up the timeline. And also, like you work so hard, like to a certain point. So kind of like figuring out, okay, like what's my new training process going to be? It just was a lot of confusion. Really. Yeah, that was the main thing. It was just a lot of confusion. But for me, it was confusion, but then I was like, okay, I just have more time to like hopefully get better in my sport and like, get to like the goal that I want to get to. But with COVID closing everything down, it was like, it was hard to stay motivated, honestly.
True.
Yeah, because like couldn't go to like training the same regular way. Like everything was it was just different. They were closing different tracks. You weren't allowed on different tracks. We had to keep switching around. So it was hard to stay motivated, definitely. But now I don't mind it because I wanted to finish my master's starting this September. I had one more course. I still decided that I was going to do that. So I'm finishing my master's now.
Okay.
And still training.
Yeah.
Which was the main thing I wanted to get done. So it worked out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And adapt to the new normal. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just more like overwhelming and like a what now type of thing when I did find out.
So how did you adapt to like the gyms closing and training facility and everything like that? You just had to make like your own at home type.
Yeah. So we have we have a bar in our garage. So so that became the new weight room, along with like a lot of body weight and band work, stuff like that to replace gym training. And then obviously with running training, we go outside anyway. So it was just like moving around.
True. That makes sense. So then how did your family handle it? Because I know like they're your biggest like supporters and fans and everything.
They were like, oh, how do you feel? But they were very supportive in terms of, well, my parents specifically, they were like, make sure you keep working at it.
Yeah.
My dad was really encouraging in terms of like, just use it, like think of it in a positive light that now you just have more time to hit the mark that you're looking to reach. So yeah, they kind of helped me in terms of how I said it was an unmotivating time. They helped me with like staying motivated. And in terms of like my external family members, they were like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, are you still running? Are you still going to? So it was more like, answering those questions and not letting those questions like transform into any kind of like doubt or worry with
negativity. Yeah, negativity.
Yeah, exactly. But my family was pretty supportive though in terms of like helping me, stay motivated to like reach. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Like I told you from that day, I was like, look, just don't focus on everything, what you're missing out on. Just look at it as, it's going to happen. So just, you have to work harder and you just have to keep going and then just realize the goal line is just moved a little bit further. So you won the Puerto Rico national title at the 200 meters in 2017 and 2 Pan Am awards for Puerto Rico. Now you want to go into the Tokyo Games. So now for Puerto Rico, what does that mean when it comes back and when the Olympics come back, do you have further games? Because I know that Puerto Rico is trying to come back when, they got this FEMA grant to revitalize their stadiums and things of that nature. They just recently had a FEMA grant to repair, I guess, their sports venues from the hurricane. So now they're trying to come back bigger and better, faster. So if they invite you, which I'm sure that they will, to go over there and run and things of that nature, like let's say early next year before Tokyo happens, do you have to go over there and run for them?
I mean, I'm not sure 100% because of COVID, but what I'm thinking is normally every year we have a national championship in Puerto Rico. Last year, obviously, it was canceled because of COVID. The year before that was great. The year before that, I won the 4, I won the 2. So I think what this year they're going to have us do is hopefully they'll have another national championship.
Yeah.
And that's when we'll be like called to go there to run. Outside of the nationals, we might not have to go there to run. Because they want people, especially with COVID, to like probably like race more locally.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they wouldn't want to bring outsiders.
Yeah. Well, normally like every year, that's the main meet that we'll run in Puerto Rico anyway.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Travel for like other meets, like internationally or in the US.
Yeah.
So the meet where like they call us to definitely be there. So if anything, that's like the time we'll have to go back.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So recently in Puerto Rico, due to COVID, they found 10,000 cases in one day, and all of the 911 call centers were closed because of it. They ceased travel and things of that nature. How do you feel about that? Like, what do you think? I thought that was like astounding, but then you hear about the cases in Texas and Denver and things of that nature. But what do you feel about that specifically? I was like, all of the 911 call centers, like that was just devastating to me, like that headline. And then when I read deeper into it, I was like, okay, well, they're calling directly to like, let's say fire and safety and EMS and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. But just that headline, I was just like, wow, that was just, it's so severe over there. And I was just like, so I called my intern who got kicked out of NYU and had to go back to Puerto Rico. He was an international student. I was just like, oh my God, are you okay? He was like, yeah, me and my family are okay. And I was just like, wow, but that's just like, that was devastating when I heard that.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. It's really, honestly, for me, it's just sad to even hear that. Yeah, like with the hurricanes they suffered and different things that like Puerto Rico has gone through within like the past like 2 years and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's just hard, especially being here, knowing like you can't do much for like the country that you love and represent.
Yeah.
So it is hard. Mainly for me, I just like try to check up on like the loved ones and the people that I know that are there. But yeah, with the COVID cases stuff, it's just sad. It's hard because it's something out of our control.
Yeah.
But yeah, my teammates that like live there, they seem like well, and they're like still training and stuff like that.
That's good.
So, yeah. So, I know it's probably harder, definitely in like certain areas than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just sad. I know. For me, it's more like just keeping everyone in my prayers and reaching out. Yeah.
I mean, I was happy to hear about the 15.3 million for the FEMA relief to repair all of the stadiums and stuff. But I was just like, for the hurricane, I feel like that happened so long ago.
I know.
Like, why are they just getting the money? Like, I didn't understand that correlation. I was just like, okay, you're just getting that? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah,
I was like, you're saying that sports, brings back revitalization, and for the people and the economy and everything like that, but it still shouldn't have taken that long. These stadiums have been just sitting there destroying and crumbling. And so now you're saying, oh, they need the money because it's going to bring back, the economy to the area and revitalization, and it's going to lift people's spirits. But it's been sitting there crumbling all that time. Do you realize how much time has gone past since Hurricane Maria? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it is a long time. No, you're right. It's just unfortunate how it takes so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't understand that. I know that you're always doing things to help others and you're big into philanthropy. So share with everybody else.
Okay, so yeah, philanthropy has always been like a big thing for me. Growing up, my mom and my dad would always tell us like to give back, like to always like, do what you can for others, like no matter what and stuff like that. Like I've seen my dad give shoes off his feet like more than once to like the homeless and stuff. So it's just been something that was like instilled in me and my sister since we were younger. Um, and so I've done like a bunch of different like philanthropic stuff. For Hurricane Maria, I had like a fundraiser, not a drive kind of, where people donated different items that they were needed in Puerto Rico. And then I partnered with this church that I found, I believe it was in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, that they were collecting stuff to send to Puerto Rico. And they had, I forgot who helped them with it, but they had some connection where they were able to actually like bring everything on a plane, like directly to the different sites that were giving out items that people in Puerto Rico needed. So that was really great. We were able to get like a whole like minivan full of items that they needed. So that was really, really great. Like big thanks to everybody that like donated and stuff. They were dropping things off at my house and it was just really appreciated. Outside of that, for my 24th birthday, I used my birthday as a fundraiser. I had like an event that was for people to donate money for this. So a friend of mine, she was working abroad teaching at a school. And I reached out to her one day because I think I just saw pictures of her over there. And I just reached out to her one day and I was like, hey, is there anything you guys need? You could tell that it was just like, a lower like class of life than what we were living here in America. So I just reached out to her and was like, do you guys need anything over there? Like, I see what you're doing. And that's like really, I'm an educator as well. I taught for like 2 years. So, it was admirable what she was doing, that she was living over there and just, being there, being a role model, being an educator for these kids. So I just reached out, asked her what she needed. And she said that she actually had some ideas of what they needed, but they needed the funds for building the kids a playground, not only for the kids at the school, but also just for the community that they could all go to, because they don't have like things like that over there. And just a way for the kids to, have fun. And also they wanted to raise awareness in the community of HIV, because that was like common around that area. So just to like make sure that everybody knew like how to test, when like to get tested, and just like raising the awareness in the community, as well as hopefully having tests for the people to take. So when she told me those two things, I was like, okay, great. And then I just used my birthday as a platform / event to like raise the money to donate to her for the community. And she sent me back photos and stuff of the playground that was built. Unfortunately, I think they couldn't get approved at the time for the HIV like awareness drive, but she said like hopefully later down the line they would be able to do that. But she definitely was able to share me photos of them building the playground, like them bringing it in, and then the kids playing on it, which was really, really great. Outside of that, I do a lot of just volunteering whenever I can, or whenever I hear about different like organizations, if they're giving food to the homeless, or if they're just having like last year we volunteered at like a Thanksgiving drive out here in Georgia, where we were just like giving food to different families that needed it. So yeah, those are the things that I can remember right now. Philanthropy is really big for me. I'm actually like, I beat myself up, or like, I'm always thinking of like, okay, what could I do? What could I do? And like, if like a long period of time goes by where I don't do anything, I'm like, all right, like you're not helping anybody. You're not giving back to like people that need it right now. So like, I guess I should stop beating myself up for it, but I always am thinking like, okay, what next? Like, what could I do, to just help out? Cause I feel like that's what, living is about, really.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the main things right now. My boyfriend started a foundation called Build Tough Foundation, and he started in like 2018. So right now, we're kind of working on, I'm like brainstorming different things that I could help him do like through the foundation in terms of philanthropic work. So that'll be probably the next like upcoming thing that I do your head. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm huge into mentorship, and you always credit your coach, Pompey, as someone who basically impacted your life greatly. So please elaborate.
Yes, so Pompey is one of the greatest coaches ever in the world. But yeah, so she was my coach in college. She came in my junior year and started coaching my junior year, and I like always like, hold her on a high pedestal and I credit a lot to her, because I feel like she really believed in me and saw something in me that I feel like is not very common. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it was how I was carrying myself at the time, but I feel like I was any type of college, student athlete. I was working hard, but I feel like a lot of my teammates were working hard. But yeah, she was just very supportive in terms of academically, athletically, a great mentor, always trying to make sure we're on the right track and like having those hard conversations like in college, like you shouldn't be going out if you want to attain these goals. You know what I mean? So she just took the time and did those extra things, like had those extra conversations with us, shared her experiences, her stories as a professional athlete. Yeah, and she was just there for me in multiple ways in terms of like it wasn't just on the track relationship or a coach student athlete relationship. Like we had a really great relationship outside of the track. She was just very supportive of like my goals as well as like a great mentor, by just like the goals that she had for herself that she attained and that she was like still working towards. So yeah, I credit a lot of my athletic career to her because of the just of how good of a coach she was, as well as like I feel like she believed in me because very specifically like I graduated in 26, I finished in 2016, but that was the year of the Olympics, so there was still like a couple of months leading up to the Olympics. I graduated in May, and we still have like a couple of months, and I during that time she really like kind of took me under her wing because that's when like so the other athletes were done with school, right? So they just like go home or they just like they don't have to keep training if you don't want
Yeah.
to. But I had to keep training because like we both knew that like I really wanted to qualify and I wasn't like far from qualifying. And she just made sure she helped me get into like meets with like great competition, helping me get ready for like what was to come in terms of like I was going to like international meets because international competition is very different than collegiate competition. So just like preparing me for that. She helped make sure I got to meets to help me try to qualify. Like we went to meet in Trinidad and like I couldn't afford a room in Puerto Rico, couldn't support me at the time with like extra money for my own room. And she let me stay in her room with her.
Oh, that's nice.
That. Yeah. Like she kind of did whatever she could to help me, try to reach my dream, my goal.
Your dream, yeah.
Yeah. That was like really meaningful to me. And it was really hard for me when I decided to leave New York and like not have her coach me anymore because she was like a big part of me like becoming the athlete that I was. So it was really, really hard for me to like make that move and just but I just felt like at that time I felt like God was calling me to move.
Yeah.
And I have a whole story for that, but like I could tell you about that later. But yeah, so I just felt like it was time for me to make that jump. And so yeah, and so I did, but we still have a great relationship to today. She was just named associate head coach of St. John's, and I'm like really proud of her, really excited for her. She deserves it. And like I knew it was gonna come, but I'm excited that like it came as soon as it did for her. So that's gonna be great. I would just hope that we maintain a great like relationship, even though she's not my current coach right now. I still will use her warm up sometimes and like some of her workouts, like yesterday, me and my boyfriend went to go train, and he was telling me how he had everybody in his gym was doing her warm up because I showed it to him, and it was like a really hard, long warm up, and he had all his like team, all the people he knows they were doing it. So it's just funny, yeah. But she's always, she has a big impact on my life, and she always will. So yeah, I adore her for that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have to ever leave your life. Like she,
right. Yeah.
She's obviously really important to you, so you could see it. So what has been your biggest lesson gained from the pandemic and having time to like reflect on everything? Because we have so much time. Well, you don't have a lot of time, obviously. You're doing like 1,000,001 things.
Yeah.
But while you were like on quarantine and lockdown and stuff like that.
Yeah, so for me, it was really different because so here in Georgia, there's like jokes that go around. I don't know if you've seen it that like we were immune to the virus because but because people here were like still out and about. It was like people were home, but it was very much like it wasn't the same as how New York was from what I was hearing from my family and friends. Yeah, so it was really different. But during the time that I was home, I wasn't able to like I'm going to be honest, actually. So what I told my friends was, so you know how I lived in Florida at first,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Georgia.
Mhm.
So like me and my friends kind of had this conversation, and what I told them was, for me, the time I lived in Florida was more of like that reflective, like growth period for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I was living there, I was living like on a couch, like in like one of my teammates' townhouses. I mean, houses that her family that she owned. I was like, my coach didn't like allow us to travel, so I wasn't able for like 10 months to go see my family or go like do anything. Yeah, and like he was very strict and very much on like on the motive that like you need to like this needs to be like literally everything, and you need to like, fully be in this. Yeah. So like there's no time for like really anything else.
Anything else. Yeah.
So that was really my time of like reflection and my time for like growing in terms of like I just like spending time thinking about me, my relationship with God, growing a lot spiritually, growing in terms of like what I actually prioritize, seeing what I value, like being over there for me helped me appreciate like my family and friends more because I was away from them, you know. And
exactly.
Them. And it's funny how like the year after that happened to everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. And being in Georgia, I was like, it was less than what I experienced the year in Florida. The quarantine was less for me than that experience.
Yeah.
So during my quarantine experience was more like, okay, what can I, now that everybody's home and the world's kind of living the life that I lived last year, what can I do to like, you know, use this time to get ahead to like what could I do like in terms of like, so that's when me and my boyfriend dived in on a lot of like the business ventures that we like go into. For example, like the card game that we created, we were kind of thinking of what we could do for the kids,
for everybody else now that they're in this time period.
And like they have to be home every day. Like what could we do for them? Like that would help, you know, help people while they're stuck at home. They can't go to the gym. So for me, the quarantine, the main thing I got out of that was creativity, kind of getting creative in terms of business and like what we could do to help people with this new like world that we're living in where people are home. Yeah.
Self-growth. Okay, I like it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is a great segue into what we're here to talk about. Mm-hmm. You are the co-founder of this amazing new card game called Can You? Mm-hmm. And so before we talk about it, let's watch a clip of this fabulous commercial that you guys promoted on social media that I was like in love with. Okay, so here we go, guys. Watch this. This is Can You?
Hey kids, what's that? Can You is an interactive card game for kids of all ages. Each game can be played with 2 or more of your friends. The highest numbered card wins. Learn new and exciting exercises to help you stay healthy and active, all while having fun. So, can you win? No planets were harmed in the making of this ad.
Oh my God, wasn't that a great commercial, guys? Yes. Okay. So, Pariis. Oh my gosh. So you are the co-founder of Can You. So tell everybody, since, okay, you made this pandemic a less crazier world by coming up with this amazing card game for kids. So discuss it.
Okay. So I'm going to talk a little about how we came up with the idea and then explain the game. Yeah. So, what was going on? So me and my boyfriend were just thinking about, okay, what could we do? His name is Mac. We were thinking about, okay, what could we do like for kids and for people like really during the pandemic? Because we were hearing a lot of stories about like from different parents and different kids, my sisters and stuff, people in school about how like they're really on lockdown, no more sports, no more like outdoor activities, none of that. And like we're both athletes, so like working out and sports and stuff is all like that's like really important to us. We're like, wait, imagine if we were kids or we were collegiate athletes or we were high school athletes and we couldn't like go outside or we couldn't go perform our sports activities, like how we stay in shape, et cetera, et cetera.
So
just talking about that, we were like, okay, what could we do like for the kids? And then he was like running out the door and then mentioned something about like maybe we could do like a game, like a card game. And I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. So then he left, he went to go do somewhere. And then by the time he came back, I had written up like a whole, like 30 different exercises, a whole, I put together pretty much this idea of like how we could combine card game with physical activity because of the lack of that, with everything going on with COVID.
Yeah.
When he came back, I showed him like all the stuff that I wrote down, and he was like, "Wait, you were working on this
All this the whole time?"
Great idea. Like, we could really do this." And it was crazy because my I like there's certain things that'll like attract my eye, and I'll save and remember like in my brain. And
Yeah.
my sister, she goes to UMBC, and one of her teammates, her name is Bree. She, like, one time I was like on her I know her, I met her a couple of times, and one time I was on her Instagram, and I saw that she had like a company called Bar Designs. So I was looking around, when you get on Instagram and you just like
scrolling
or else random. Yeah. So I went to her company page, and I saw that she had like created like these cards, and they were like, they had like these cool graphics. It was like faceless graphics. I think it had to do with like music or something like that. And it was just really cool to me. So I remember just like thinking when I saw that, this was like probably like 20 months ago, like I remember seeing it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like one day I would want to work with her, maybe like for something, I don't know, like, like this is cool though, a cool concept. So I think that like when my boyfriend said that, and then the reason that like I kind of everything connected in my brain, and I was like, okay, we could actually have these exercises. I could actually reach out to her, work with her in her business, and we could actually make this happen. Because like based on the cards she designed, I knew she could design whatever like we wanted to come up with. So shout out to her for just her like awesomeness and like graphics and stuff like that. And shout out to my boyfriend for that like little idea. And then everything clicked. So then me and him worked on the game from there. I reached out to her and was like, hey, I told her the idea, told her like what we had in mind. And then me and her worked a lot with like creating the, the graphic ideas and putting
designs,
and stuff like that. And then, and then at the same time, me and my boyfriend were working on, okay, how would you play this game? How are we gonna like, what are the instructions, like step by step, to make it actually like a playable game.
Yeah.
And, we were all working together, and then it really came together at the end. And then after that, my boyfriend reached out to some people he knew in Georgia to help us like get this commercial done and stuff. Cause we knew it was something we'd have to self-promote to hopefully get get people's eye and stuff like that. And it really is a fun card game, and it's different. Like it's like so I guess I'll tell you how to play now. So pretty much everybody is dealt cards, and then you all have to put down all the players have to put down a card, and then whatever card it has the highest number kind of wins that round. And then when you win the round, you don't have to do the exercises, and everybody else has their exercise as well as like the winner card's exercise. Yeah, so it's hard. Like we played it a couple of times. We played it with some of our friends, and it's definitely a workout. So we have the goal of like having it be a workout, but it still is fun because it gives you that like competitive edge that like a card game does give you.
Yeah.
I brought it out so I could kind of show you guys like what it looks like. So these are the cards. This is the box. And these are what the cards look like. So like these are the different numbers. Each card has like a different exercise on it, with as well as like instructions as how to perform the exercise. And then we have like the infamous Can You card, which is if somebody puts out this card, then you're challenged and you have to do 30 reps of the exercise as opposed to like the small.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then if you don't do the exercise, then then you lose. So yeah, but it's a really fun game. It has like 72 cards in the deck, I'm pretty sure. And there's instructions on the back, as well as we have like an instruction paper that does kind of move it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're really excited about it. The main thing is just for us is just to like keep marketing it, keep getting it out there. Especially like with like COVID now and its like second rise, like I don't think people understand like how important like health and like exercise and stuff is. Like I know that it's like surfacing now and it's like more exposed on social media and stuff, like how important it is, but it is something that's really important to us. Like all three of us that worked on it, we're all athletes. So like, we were all kind of like really like excited about like, okay, this workout game. So it's really just about getting like kids and other people excited about it. We've talked about how it's also would be like a fun game to play, like if you're coming back from the club or a party and you're lit or something like that. Like,
yay!
It's funny. It's like fun. You're like jumping around and doing different exercises. Yeah. Some of the exercises are like just fun. Like one of them is like a leapfrog. So
okay.
yeah, it's fun for kids and adults. And then it's not like too intensive, except for that Can You card. That one's like hard.
30. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you guys just basically came up with this on a whim. You took his just flippant remark and just ran with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And with like you said, COVID is about to be in its second round. So we don't know when this is gonna be over.
Yeah.
And people are skeptical with this whole vaccine thing. So this is not ending no time soon. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But wow, this is great. So are you going to have like any like Black Friday sales or any Christmas?
That's actually a good idea. I think we'll do that. I didn't think about that, but that's a great idea. We'll probably plan something like that. That'd be
any like Christmas things, any
Yeah, what we wanted to do, which I talked about, like I thought about, and then I talked about it with my boyfriend, was having something where it's like this would be beneficial. Like if you buy one gets donated to another kid.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think that's like what we talked about and we thought about. So I don't know, kind of wording it in a promotional wise where like if you buy one gets donated.
Buy one and a kid and a deserving kid,
Yeah. So
or like a portion of the proceeds goes to like the Special Olympics or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all about exercising and this is all about getting, kids active because of, they're stuck in the house because of COVID and stuff. So something like that, something with like either COVID relief or something like an exercise initiative, something like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if Michelle Obama's like Move Your Body campaign is still like active, but that was about getting kids and stopping childhood obesity. And that was about getting kids moving and active and stuff like that. So something like that, but something with COVID relief, something,
we actually, when we were working on it, I was like, one of the greatest things about it is that it helps with like the combating obesity in like American children. So that's actually a great idea. Like,
or even like a healthy organization. The pantries are like, really helping out a lot because, so many people got laid off due to COVID. And there are a lot of food organizations that are donating a lot of food to people, and there have been people saving grace, during this time right now. So maybe something like that, or there's tons of different things. But a COVID relief organization or like the Special Olympics, because they've had to be canceled too this year. So something like that, and something to keep them going.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's a good idea. No, thanks. Yeah.
My PR brain is always,
I know. As you were going, I was like, wait, I need to talk to Jade a little more.
Yeah, girl, you can text me anytime. But yeah, that's so great. I'm so excited to play this card game. I'm excited. My godson is a little young to be playing this, but
it's like for ages like 5 and up.
Yeah, see, he's 4, but
so almost
out there. This is the game. You guys have to play. This is a great game. Like I'm telling you, don't you see from the commercial? Like you have to watch. You have to play the game.
It's fun for kids and adults too. Like we market it for kids, but it's like I want adults to know that like it's actually probably more fun for us.
Girl, I'm not doing no 30 reps. I don't know what you think this is. I'll even be on the floor having a heart attack, having an asthma attack, grabbing my inhaler. I don't know what this is. I'm not about that.
Also, the website I want to share is canyoucardgame.com.
Yes.
And it's called Can You. Yeah.
Yes. Like on the box, people.
Yeah.
Also, you have to tell everybody how you met this amazing boyfriend. You didn't mention him like 50 million times during this interview.
I know. I'm so.
He's an athlete, right?
Keep going. Yeah. We actually met through like we did this It was like oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but we both were on this like video show actually. It was like we were like back-to-back episodes, I think, or something like that. It's like these people I know, they're from Staten Island, like me. And I don't remember how they know him, but he was on the show one week, and then I did a video interview with them the next week. And and I think just through there we like, and then so our paths just crossed through that, and then we started talking, and then obviously we were friends for a while and stuff. But just like
then you wanted to be more than friends.
Yeah. I had a big crush on him. I was like, "You're my crush on you," and he was just really nice. Like like we were just friends. Would talk like occasionally on like social media, sometimes would text barely, but then I had like, we would talk a lot about sports because he does sports too. And one day I had I was telling him about like an injury I had, and he was like, "Do you want to?" And then like the next week he was like, "I'm going to help you." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "I'm going to help you. Like, I want to help you." And he pretty much was like, "I want you to come like see some doctors to help you like with your leg, with like your injury." And he just like, so anyway, he just like, he like flew me like to like Georgia, was like really helpful with like my injury, like brought me to like help me go to different doctors and stuff like that to help me with it. And, like track and field is like a no income sport, so like going to any doctor is like a luxury. So it was really nice. And like this was like while we were friends, like no like any type of more than that. And he was like, "Yeah, I just want to help you. Like it was just on my like spirit to help you." And I was like, "Thanks." Yeah. And then so after that,
beautiful.
It was really nice. Yeah. So after that, I just had like the biggest crush on him for like a few months after that. We stayed in touch, and then from there we started dating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know that's a good man, because anybody will fly you out for a doctor.
For like just to help me with my goals.
That's a good heart right there. You better,
it was really nice.
That's serious.
Yeah, and like I'm such like a giving and wanting to help person that it was really nice to see just that genuineness in another person. So
you can tell like y'all are definitely like two matched souls, because you would do something like that. I'd be like,
if I would do that,
doctor. What?
Yeah. I love him. Great. Yeah.
You'd be like, "I got it, so why not?" No. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that's something you would do. Y'all belong together. That's so sweet.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks.
That's so sweet. Well, it was great talking to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. It's so nice to talk to you too.
Yes, we have to do this more often.
Yeah,
without everybody in the world watching, but
no, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I love you. Have a good day.
Thanks. Take care. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me.
Okay, everybody, definitely go check out Can You Card Game. And buy one, buy five, buy one for every child in your life for this Christmas holiday.
Thanks.
And so check out the website. I'm sure they will have an amazing Christmas promotion. Definitely go check out the website. And we love you all. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Be Seen, Be Heard with Jade. Bye now.
Bye.
Mwah.